to the Retro Jersey podcast. Uh, Once again, we don't have a guest today, but we definitely are working on it. Trust me, I keep saying that, but we're working on it, getting us a guest, getting our guests together. I even reached out to some legends today to have them in the queue. So when we do get started, um, if you haven't hit the subscribe button and the like button, we would love for you to go ahead and do that for us. We got an action packed show today. Um, I was going to do this podcast on StreamYard, but I thought better of it today because I'm working on a package with them so I can get more features on the show. So we're doing it freestyle right now, as far as that goes. But we definitely got an action packed show for you today, and we'll go ahead and get started. It is Monday, and I know everybody has seen what's been going on with Shadur Sanders, with the Cleveland Browns, should I say. And now I'm always one of those people that tries to give people the benefit of the doubt or don't believe something until I see something. And I don't care who has otherwise to say, about this, but they're sabotaging this boy. They're sabotaging this young man. And it's blatant now. It's blatant disrespect. I don't want to call it racism, but it's starting to feel like there's a personal vendetta. Well, I'm not saying it's starting to feel like it is a personal vendetta. Let's look at what they wrote. Let's look at what they wrote. The Cleveland Browns couldn't get the job done on Sunday as they allowed the Tennessee Titans to secure their second win of the season in a thrilling 31-29 victory that came down to the final minutes. But that loss wasn't due to any lack of effort or the ability of quarterback Shador Sanders. So you see what I'm talking about? My guy went up against the number one overall draft pick in Cam Ward, and he was the fifth round draft pick. He was a 5 round draft pick. And Shador just outshined him. Simply, plain and simple. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is significant before I get into everything else. This is significant because I remember during the combine, they were talking about who was going to be better at the combine, going to have a better career. And I didn't think Cam Ward was this type of person. Trash talking Shador Sanders is like, you ain't gonna even, you're not gonna be nothing in the pros. You're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do nothing that like that. So I was so rooting for Shador to win that game because Cam Ward, to me, and no disrespect to him, but he was a media puppet that day, just trash talking Shador that whole time. But my guy, my guy Shador went. He got 384 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. After all this trash they talked about this kid, after all this trash they talked about this kid, wasn't being able to get the job done, couldn't escape the vice out of the pocket, couldn't get out of the pocket or nothing like that. But he went and showed out, bro. He even ran for a touchdown. He even ran for a touchdown. So what you talking about? So, with that being said, he brought them back from a 14-point deficit. He brought them back from a 14-point deficit. And late in the fourth quarter, with his family watching, his mother watching, and I'll get into that later, where they're saying that his mother was trash talking about the coaching while they're taking him out and all of this stuff, and she has every right to. I'm not a fan of hers because of the stuff that uh, she's done, but she has every right to be upset about them taking their son out of the game. But after he's brought them back from after he's brought them back from 14 down. Yeah, man. After he's brought them back from 14 down, they decide in the fourth quarter with the game on the line to take him out. Now, here's something stupid. Here's something stupid. My question is, somewhere late in the second quarter, they went for two when they didn't have to. Why did you go for two when you didn't have to? You were down an even number. Why are you going for two? And then when the game on the line, you take the ball out of the hottest player's hands and run a wildcat. You run a wildcat. For what? I'll tell you exactly what it was. They're sabotaging Shedeur Sanders. And I don't care what people say. They're sabotaging this dude. You took the wild you took the ball out of his hands to run a wildcat because I'll tell you exactly why. Y'all did not want him to get the praise for winning that game. Y'all didn't want him to get the praise for coming back and winning that game. Now, Stefanski, you told people earlier that you took you took all the play calling away from yourself and gave it to an offensive coordinator. But during the game, but during the press conference, your post conference, you said all the play calling was back on you. So why'd you call that play, bro? That's on you. That's on you, fam. Shout out to the people coming in. Ultimate gamer, brother. Hey, how you doing, brother? Hi, Tyler. How y'all doing? I'm just upset about this Shedeur Sanders situation. Um, I was so hoping that Shedeur would win that game. I'm gonna go to Twitter and we're gonna see what Dion said about it. I even reached out to Dion on Shedeur on Twitter about Shedeur, and he didn't respond back yet. But I'm praying that he does. But he left up something pretty. He left off a checklist. He left up there a checklist on everything that they lied about on Shedeur and everything that he really is. You know what I'm saying? If, everybody go ahead and hit that like button while you're coming in. And we'll see what Coach Prime had to say. Even Robert Griffin even said that was effed up how they took him out. And not the biggest Robert Griffin fan. Oh, he Deion Sanders did respond back to me. He did respond to me. I left a post. I left a post under what he said. This is what Coach Prime said. Those that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Who are you waiting on? I said, I told them, I was like, they did our nephew wrong. They did our nephew wrong, Dion. We're tired. Let's see what he says. He said, I am too. But yes, I think that this guy needs to go. I mean, if I'm saying Dion, not Dion. I'm sorry. I'm saying Shador probably needs to find another team because they're not gonna give this kid a fair shake. Excuse me, I'm just all over the place. I'm trying to read to y'all and and come back to y'all. But once again, the fact that they took this kid out of the game to run two-point conversions, you're not that play's not going to work in the NFL like you do it in college. You'll barely get by with it. That play's not going to work. So here's my question: do you people think Stefanski should be fired, or do you think they're sabotaging Shador Sanders? I'm gonna tell you what it feels like to me because he has a lot of confidence. He has a hell of a lot of confidence for a young fella. Uh, this seems to me like buck breaking. We're not gonna let you buck break us, bro. We're not letting you buck break us. We'll move on from that. We'll talk about Notre Dame declining their bowl visit, and I know you've seen that. They declined their bowl bid. They declined their bowl game due to the fact that they got snubbed in the college football playoffs. And I'll be honest with you, I cannot blame them. I don't care what you say. I hear a lot of you people saying they're sore losers and stuff like that. No, I'm not a Notre Dame fan. I'm not a Notre Dame fan by no stretch of the imagination. Don't like Notre Dame school. They've been evil to all the Florida schools, all the Miami Hurricanes, and uh, convicts versus Christians, and the Florida State Criminals, and all of that. So I'm not a Notre Dame fan. I have one or two friends that played there, but I'm not. I just don't like. I just don't like their fan base, if that's fair. They declined their bowl bid because they got snubbed out of the college football playoffs, and it was given to me. I think they did them the same way they did Florida State. They snubbed them for Alabama, which is the topic once again. Alabama is 9-3, 9-3, and they got in over a one-loss Notre Dame team. Let's see, is Notre Dame? Are they? Did they win? Did they lose one? Let's see. Let's see what they got. They, I think they only lost one game, and it looked like it was to Miami, and Miami got in. Miami got in. Yeah, it looks like they only lost. They only lost to. They only lost to Miami. Yep, they only lost to Miami. Uh, them losing to Miami and Alabama giving the green light to be in the college football playoffs over them, I don't blame them for skipping the bowl games. Now, I honestly think that's what Florida State should have done in 2023. They even just asked Florida State to jump in a bowl game. I wish they would have jumped in a bowl game. They're super trash. They don't deserve a bowl game. They don't deserve a bowl game whatsoever. But back to this Notre Dame thing. Drop it in the comment section if you believe that what they did was the right thing. Drop it in the comment section because I stand behind them fully on this. And I hear a lot of people saying that they're sore losers and this is going to end the bowl. Uh, this is going to end all bowl games or they're meaningless and this and that. Are y'all stupid? Are y'all super stupid? There is no way that the NCAA is fixing to get rid of bowl games and and drop all the money that they pull in the postseason just because y'all feel like they should. Y'all got to be out of y'all rabbit damn mind. Y'all got to be out your mind. They are not fixing to give up. Bowl games is roughly around $2 to $3 billion during the bowl season. There's $2 to $3 billion during the bowl season. You think they finna get it? Are y'all crazy? They're not giving up bowl games. Now, I want to get into another subject. Speaking of that, when it comes to the NIL, the NIL, these kids when they get through these get these contracts to sign for NIL money, schools, why are you not telling these people, or you're going to play 3 seasons here and you're going to play in every bowl game? You're going to play in every bowl game. You're not going to skip a bowl game just because you want to. And I have to pay you. That's got to be the dumbest damn thing I ever heard in my life. The only person that I respect here in the last few years when it comes to playing football is Dalvin Cook because he went out there and went to war with his brothers. He went to war with his brothers, even though he knew he was going to be a first round pick. I don't know. I think he may have picked him in second round, but he knew it out there and knew he was going to be a first round pick or second round pick or whatever it was. He still went out there and balled with his brothers. I mean, I love people like, you know, all the guys that didn't play. I still have love for them, but I am not leaving that field until I play my last game that I'm eligible to play. That's just stupid to me. That's just real stupid to me. You don't want to play in the last game that you're eligible to play. I want to play as much football as I can. It's just that simple. Also, we'll switch gears and we'll talk about the NBA a little bit. I want to talk about how much this new generation of basketball, and I was watching a little bit about what Kobe Bryant said about how the Europeans are surpassing us in basketball because of AAU is nothing but a showcase. And I totally agree with the great one. I totally agree with him. And, they don't teach fundamentals anymore, which is true. They just use the NBA as a money grab, which is true. Help me help you to understand. Help me understand this. Please help me understand this. Where was the lie he told? Because none of these people play defense anymore. And none of these people watch. I mean, with the exception of the Europeans, you got Wemby, you got Luca, you got Giannis, you got Jokic. We could keep going. these dudes, these dudes play ball and they use fundamentals. These dudes play ball and they use fundamentals. We don't do that. Our team, our players don't do that. They don't. You're you new people. I don't even like talking to people that ain't 40 plus or older when it comes to talking basketball because you're gonna have something stupid to say and you're gonna microstat everything just to make it an argument. That you're not fixing to argue with me. I'm not fixing to argue with stupid people about sports. Something I am passionate about. Something I know more than just about anybody in the world. I accepting all challenges with sports. I accept all challenges. So the argument is they're they're faster, they're stronger, and, and more athletic than us. Let me see the faster part. I think that's the only argument that they got. They have faster players. They this generation of basketball players, they have the faster players. Let's get that out the way. Stronger? No, not at all. More athletic? Ain't nobody you name more athletic than Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins. There's nobody you will name that's more athletic than those. Nobody you name is going to be more athletic than Dr. J. So you can get that out your head. Byron Scott was athletic. I don't understand this athletic talk. And here's my argument: if y'all cats in this generation is so faster than the athletes or the basketball players in the 80s, excuse me, or the 80s and 90s, why y'all can't rotate out there on defense fast enough? Why y'all can't rotate to the man with the ball on defense fast enough before he shoot up one of them layup threes? It ain't rhetorical. I'm asking a question. Why can't y'all rotate on defense fast enough to get to the open man? They done y'all a favor pushing the 3-point line in for to further to the basket so you can get a, a 3-point layup because that's all they are. I don't understand your argument. You're not you're not faster. You may be faster, but you don't play smarter. You don't play smarter than these guys from the 80s and 90s, like your Penny Hardaways, which is one of my favorite players, Dominique Wilkins, Eddie Jones. Y'all don't play like that. And another thing I see is all of you guys that team up with each other. All of these guys that team up with each other, they want to play with their friends. And when you get into meaningful games, you don't want to guard your friends. I pay attention to this. I sit here and watch this. It's like these dudes don't want to guard this dude because this is buddy. These dudes don't want to push his buddy to the limit or when they're on the same team. I don't want to I don't want my buddy to, I don't want to argue at my buddy. Here's a here's an idea. How about not asking your buddy to come play with you? Keep it competitive. I don't want to be friends with somebody I got to go out there and, lack of a better term, assassinate on the basketball court. I don't want to be friends with. We'll be friends in the off season. I'll call you in the off season, but I don't want to be friends with you. We'll leave it right there, and we'll come back. I might do a show tomorrow, so be watching. This has been the Retro Jersey Podcast.